Let's see if Twitch agrees. Let's see if Twitch agrees. Twitch agrees. Nice. And I'm gonna ping the Discord. Alright, alright. It's gonna stay there. Open this. Right. So what are we doing today? I took a peek at my to-do list, and I've actually done quite a lot recently. First, I'm not placing stairs, but stair connections are done. All the rotations are good. I guess one thing is that the meshes currently have like messed up UVs. I could fix those in Blender, so then I wouldn't have to override them with UVs that I create with code, right? That's one thing I could do. Another is solving this issue where if I want to choose the block that I place down, I have to go in the code and edit the numbers, like in feed inputs. These numbers here. Like I want to place downstairs, alright? And now I do. Dirt stairs, let's go. Also, I should make the stair connections happen. Like if I place this here, the stairs should connect. So these should do like the surrounding stairs. I'm gonna write that down real fast. That's fine. What now? What now? Yeah, I'm gonna do the block selection stuff. And that's not gonna involve Rust at all. We just tell Rust right here what we want to do. In the future, I might change it so the inventory is also on the Rust side. But for now, for the foreseeable future, that doesn't have to be the case. But I still need this -1 here. I do. Otherwise, number too big. So, let's go and copy. Here, I already have a pretty good like block selection system, right, in build sprint 1. I'm gonna place down all the blocks and remesh. It's gonna take a while because XD. So we have this menu here, right? And it's decent. Has all the stuff. I can pick stuff from it. Don't worry about what's happening there. And you know, we have a hotbar that we can like later just place them out of. I can't place anything right now because this is like a broken branch. But yeah. And here in this version I actually limited what blocks you could have. Like for example, there are no grass stairs, right? And I have a whole thing like ensuring that. But I then decided that that's unnecessary. So yeah. What do I have here? Nice. Oh. So I might want to copy this UI. Maybe. Because really, I just want to. I was thinking, do I actually want to list all the blocks like this, or do I just want to have two menus where one is materials and the other is the models, right? And then you can kind of just combine them. That could be a thing. I guess that makes sense. Alright. Do I actually want to copy anything from here? UI. Where do I have UI? Oh yeah, this is this is overcomplicated. Alright, I don't think I need to copy that. There might be some bits and pieces. Might be some bits and pieces later on that I want to copy. But for now, we just roll. Okay. This is gonna result in Flycam having more stuff. I could separate the inventory into a separate thing though. Uh, no. I want to add like a grid container type of deal, I think. So okay. So I think actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have two menus. There's gonna be kind of like a crafting thing, right? I don't know if I need to draw this. We're gonna have one window here, which is like choose the model. And you're gonna have one window here, which is choose the material. And then you're gonna have like a thing in the middle, which is basically the thing that you've made, in a sense. And then you can grab that into your hotbar. Also, I think I can have my updates download while I stream. I'm gonna test that. I know the screen is black right now. Holy, what am I doing? Alright, there we go. That back. It's only downloading, it shouldn't affect my like stream. Okay. Layout, container, expand. Layout, container, expand. Yep. For now, this is gonna be full screen. And I guess I could just move the material registering code to the inventory as well. I feel like that's a place where it makes a bit more sense rather than in flycam.gd. No, if I launch the game now, it's gonna have like nothing. Yeah. Need to some material before building truck meshers through. We go here. We put this in font. Ready. And then we take these. Put them in here. Oh, and I also need to generate UV maps function. And I think everything should be fine now. Yeah, I just can't move the mouse for some reason. I think it's because this is grabbing the mouse. Yes. Do we get anything now? Okay, now we can actually move the mouse. Nice. Wow. This is actually outdated information. Take it out. Alright. Now for the actual inventory stuff. I need some kind of icon representing each material and each model. Where do I process the models? Materials. Oh, I don't like that this is being highlighted, but whatever. Balance these errors. What? I like how the ignore doesn't work for that. Oh no. Anyway. That's a neat bug. Okay. So for model and models. There are a few ways that I could try getting in icon, I guess. For now, I should probably just focus on getting the base UI working instead of having icons. To be fair. How do I actually make the hotbar? Okay. This is just a box container. Interesting. Okay. I guess I am worrying still about the icon stuff. Light fights, let's go. I guess I could use the same system, or I just have a sub viewport animation instance for every single like item. I was thinking that it's probably better to like build PNGs and use those instead of having all this stuff in there all the time. But do I have my I have my tic-tac-toe. Okay. So I did something different here. So I actually needed the PNGs. Um let's see. Do I remember the cheat code? A because here I have a bunch of number tiles in my like tic-tac-toe thing. And this just tells you like what the AI is prioritizing, right? And it literally just looks at the longest line and appends to it. It doesn't matter if it's an X or an O. Right? Spoilers for this game, by the way. That's how the AI works. It's really, really a simple system, but it works really well. Like it's actually a bit annoying to play against unless you specifically know how to counterplay it. Like right here, it's gonna block this, so I can't do anything. Anyway, so I need those number tiles. And I have a thing here that is a node just for rendering those, right? To render 0 to 50. And, you know, it just does it. It has to wait a frame for each one of the things. It's a bit of an arbitrary limitation, but 50 frames is not a lot of time. And for me, let's see, how many blocks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5. 25. So 25 frames. Not a lot if we go with that instead. So I think I want to copy this instead. Because it feels a lot cleaner. I'll probably make some inventory stuff a singleton, and then I can grab those images from the singleton. Not have to like pass them around. Do everything. Oh yeah. And this is pretty funny. I can't show the insides, I guess. Well, I can if I click that. So yeah, it's literally just a label with a number and then a color rect. And that's it. Yeah, I wish there was a way to like look at the insides of a viewport. I don't know if there's such a thing here. Alright. Where's my text focus? Hello. So, and here this is a abstract class. I keep thinking that something is happening. Like on my second screen. I have OBS, but I'm just seeing things. Like I changed something in here. I also see the movement on my second screen. Anyway. Mm. This is gonna be... Are these tiles? They're not tiles. Dude. Fuck it. Just gotta name it something for now. And we're gonna have a... We're basically gonna copy what we have here. So I'm gonna have a sub viewport container. I'm gonna move that there for now. I'm gonna have that there. Actually, do we want the sub viewport container? We don't. We don't. Yeah. Because we actually grabbed the frame directly from the sub viewport. We don't want to render it on the screen. That is true. That is true. Yeah, also update on this. The flatpak updates are still downloading, and I still have 0 dropped frames, which is good. I don't know why my download is so slow. Okay, for this, oh, you do need the rest of the scene there. The mesh instance. I guess world environment, that's optional. Okay. Alright. Yep. I wonder what I have as the rotation here. Let's see. I'm just copying values right now. What is the camera's displacement? It is 4 meters on the z-axis. Yeah, that should look fine. Also, this is like the easiest way to that I know of to have like a certain angle that the camera looks at the thing, and then also be able to easily control the distance. If you just straight put the camera into a certain place and then turn it, then yeah, you're gonna have to do some trigonometry to figure out the position here. Oi, oi, oi. Mm-hmm. I guess we do this after we register everything, because the registering stuff doesn't require us to wait for frames being rendered. But I'm pretty sure I can't tell a viewport, hey, render now, please. So, if I can, that's great. Let's see. Open organization. And this doesn't sound good, but I'm pretty sure I can just grab the texture directly. Maybe it's in viewport. Well, also, what is this? Okay. Okay. What do we have here? I have a lot of properties. A few methods. We have anything? Okay, I wonder if this forces a re-render. There's not a lot here. Uh, yeah. So we have to wait for the frame to be drawn. Well, anyway. We'll see how that behaves. So we're gonna have to do loops again. I guess I also do want to generate all the combinations, and here like I loop through the models and then I loop through the materials, but I want to do it like for model and models and then for material and materials and like have everything. And da -da 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 -da. I guess also I don't have to make like a super mesh that has all of the. Because currently how I have models is they have multiple meshes. I don't have to do this. I can just have. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna group these though, so it's a bit better. I'm gonna have this. Oh. Let me copy these. Left. Right. Top bottom and any. Okay. Top bottom front back left right any. Yep, that's everything. We'll go back here. Honestly, I should probably move the preview rendering code to the preview rendering node. Well, actually, I would need these arrays. I'm gonna keep it here. Also, I'm gonna do a little meme here. I don't know if these necessarily are gonna correspond. No, like in bulk rename like that. Batch rename? Oh, Shift F2. Can I insert number? Okay, I don't care. That could be incorrect names, potentially. Oh, actually. I don't want to do it quite like that. For mesh and model dot get meshes. Then we have this get child. I'll do this. So if I want to use I later, then it's fine. I guess I'll just do this. If I just run the game and I look at the remote tree, I should see something there. But what are we thinking about? I don't need you anymore. Hello? Where do we get stuck? Oh, what? Here, what if I don't do this? Oh, this is return early. Do we still get stuck? Godot isn't feeling so good. This is like the first launch pains that I have sometimes. Is it because of the updates? I don't know. Hello, wakey wake. Okay. I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna reload the project, and hopefully that fixes everything. Hello, Mr. Godot. Are you not feeling well? Okay. Goodbye. I feel like I somehow cursed that instance of Godot. Yeah, okay. And now everything works fine. Sure. You know, we have those moments. Anyway, let's look at the remote tree. This was camera 3D, yep. Inventory. Preview rendering. Meshes. Let's go. Oh, we do have some stuff here. It indeed placed the things in here. Exactly what I expected. Alright. Hi. Okay. For material in materials. And we want to do kind of this exact same thing here. Um, I think these are array meshes. Okay, I guess it's still the same. They only have one surface. Oh, this has to be inside here. Uh, Model and models. Actually, I want to just reuse the mesh index. Yep. And then we do for mesh and model logo meshes. Scuffed. But it works. There's already a thing. Oh. What do you mean? Oh, true. Okay, I don't want to do this. Okay, I'm tripping. Oh yeah, I don't care about the meshes. Alright. I don't even know if I need this. For I think it's to... Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. And now we set the material for everything. Oh. We don't like that. No. Oh yeah. So I need some material that actually just renders that one block. Yeah, I forgot these aren't real materials. These are block materials. What am I gonna do about that? That's a good question. What did I do here? Let's see. Mm. Here, I also render these somehow. Don't know how exactly. Okay. Oh. That's gonna be good for Vit, right? Do I not have a material for this? Well. I should. Inventory item. The display mesh. Oh. What calls you? Item don't mesh. What is item? Inventory item. Who are you? Who sets this for you? Merged mesh. Here we are. Here we do this. What is the material? We do Atlas material? Okay. I guess that makes sense. Mm. 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 I don't know if I really want to do that. Okay. I'm gonna need to make a new material. So I'm gonna make it in... Oh, I guess I have it in the general folder. Okay. Create new resource. Material. Material. We go here. We have... Guess I'm gonna do shader material. XD. And I get built in for now. Yep. You don't need this. You don't need this. We have one argument, which is the texture. How do we do this? What do I just do? Okay. We have this here. I guess I basically do the same. I'm gonna have to fix the UVs in code anyway now. So I might actually just use the Atlas material and fix the UVs. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna be doing anyway. Like, I literally have the same. Here, I would just have the single texture as the thing. And then, I would make the UVs different, but I can just use the Atlas material and make them the same. Anyway, delete. I don't think this is a thing anymore. I'm gonna do this real fast. Nice. Also, my Flatpak updates have downloaded successfully. I'm gonna get my Steam games updating next. And there we go. Well. Oh, actually, I don't do it here. I'm gonna overwrite the meshes anyway. Yeah. I just need to do this. Oh, I hold control while I drop this. Beam. Put that there. We do need to modify the UVs. What does it look like if we don't? Let's just go for it like this for now. And we do get 3. Accidentally press down arrow key. Or actually left arrow key, right arrow key, whatever. I get 3. Post. Okay, where was the thing? What is this? Okay. Post to draw. Okay. Train post draw. Oh yeah, maybe I do it like this. Get texture. Okay, it just doesn't want to give me that. What do we want to do? We want to do... Let's just do safe PNG for now. Then we do... Also gonna do web peep, because it's better. Oh, I forgot. I need to do plus instead of comma. This is not printing. Yeah, let's see what happens. 18 errors. Oh, that's fine, actually. And it isn't 0. Let me do this. Yep, and it's all black. I kind of suspected this. It still should be all black, technically. Yep. How do we make you render? Non-zero size, check. Or assigned to a viewport texture. Well, can I... Oh. Okay. I need to do this here. So now it's assigned to a texture. Then we await this. We do this. Bada beam, bada boom. Let's hope it worked, and it didn't. Still nothing. Is it because it's not its own world or something? Oh, I didn't put this world environment in here. My bad. Can you... Actually, no, it is there. What is your issue? I don't think that's what I need. Let's make the transparent and see if we get transparent images. Oh, okay. I see. So rendering on the corner of the like room. That's what's happening now. If I don't have that, I just get the same result. Alright. They need to have the sub viewport in its own world. Have this on, I guess, own world 3, but that doesn't sound like the right thing. Oh, let's try it, I guess. Oh! It actually just worked. It is garbage, but we have something. So we are way too far away from this thing. Let's make the distance 2. Let's delete these, delete. Do this again. Bada beam, bada boom. Did I close the folder or I didn't? It's a lot better. Maybe like 1.5 maybe. Yeah. So, and I can tweak the angle later. And the distance. Oh, actually, I just realized I should probably have orthogonal. No, it's gonna look way different, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll give darkness again. Why? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's do this again. Now we should be far away from everything. Yeah. I should do like 1. Okay, it's very interesting. I don't know what the size parameter actually does. Oh, okay. Well, that gives me like decent stuff. Okay, maybe I should delete all of these so I know what is happening. Aye, aye, aye. Okay, these are reasonable. I can tweak the specifics later. Yep. Do we actually not still have light here? Color. There we go. Close the user data folder. Alright. That's great. Yeah, we need better UVs. For sure. That's funny though. Probably energy of 1 is good enough for that. Yeah. You have like a mismatch of everything in here. Game logo, anyone? Let's go. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. We get more stuff this way? No. Okay. Well, this should be what I'm doing anyway. Uh, 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 uh. This should be down here, actually. Or what am I thinking? We need to set the Atlas material only once. But we do need to render for each material. So we actually want to modify the UVs when we do this. So we should get a lot more stuff now. And even if I link these, run it again, it gives all the combinations. But right now the UVs are incorrect, so we just get the same looking stuff. They're not exactly the same, I guess. Like here's a slab with this kind of a texture. Here's a slab with this kind of a texture. Let's go. uh, I kind of wonder why. I guess we don't really need to set the mesh directly here. We need to modify the mesh here anyway, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. I guess I need to fucking modify it anyway. Because if I want to start touching the UVs, I need to... Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. So I either have to modify this erase, or then I actually have a different material that I can use. Those are like two options I have. I guess one option also would be to literally use my like I have the ability to in-game place down blocks, right? And they get rendered correctly. What if I just have an instance of this voxel thing here? You know, instead of having these meshes here, I just have another instance of the voxel grid, and then I just place the block. And that's the preview. That sounds a lot simpler. Holy shit, it should work. Let me commit the current state. Just so if I want to go back, I can. We remove these, remove these, remove this. We go here, bam. Also this, bam. We don't need that. Don't need these. Alright. I'm not gonna even push this commit, so this is literally just so I have this point that I can go back to now. Let's see, add child node. Blocks. Honestly, this feels like a pretty smart solution. Because any changes that I make that would change the rendering is gonna now automatically also affect the preview rendering. And I don't need... Hold on. This is the part that actually I need. Wait, what? Okay. This I don't need. I guess it also means that I don't need this. Let's just realize this is the wrong indentation. That's fine. I don't need to do this. I don't need that. Actually, I'm gonna call it ID. Oh, really? Lol. Alright. And then we say blocks dot set. Actually. Oh. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That. Hey, hello JJ. Nothing much. I'm just trying to make like a preview thing where, in your like inventory, you're gonna have icons for every single block. Right? So I'm making a script that generates those images. Right? Also, why are we should have set block. Yep. It really does not want to autocomplete for some reason. Alright, now there we go. Uh yeah. And I'm pretty sure I came up with like the simplest method possible. I'm cheating once again. He can't keep getting away with this. Let's see if it works. Hopefully it does. And it doesn't. Let's go. We have a bunch of garbage here. I need to remove this. Oh, I know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. Remesh, rebuild chunk meshes. There we go. We need to do that. Oh, we need to assign material. True. I don't do that yet. Okay. I also need to. How so? What makes you say that? Oh, I may have to do a bunch of other stuff. Like, I'm not registering the block materials right now for it, or the meshes. That's a bit annoying. I guess I'm gonna do this in this same function then. Oh, I deleted accidentally that thing that I needed. Yeah. Yeah, what's the problem, dude? I know it spells out bullshit, and it's funny, right? I'm completely fine with that. I mean, I'm probably gonna rename the engine at some point. Or, I mean, is Build Sprint a good name for a voxel engine thing? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. It is not the worst name, you know? But I consider it to be like an in progress, like code name, if that makes sense. So it might just get changed one day. Anyway, I need to have this way earlier here. Uh, Preview generator block grid. And then I would search for global blocks. Yep. I basically do the same thing. Yeah, I guess so. I chose that name just because like the first game try to remake by making my own block engine was Speed Builders, right? So Speed Builders to Build Sprint, makes sense, right? Um, but yeah, and for the record, I did recreate it, um, to like an extent where you can play it in single player, right? And you can share builds with others. It does work, but people like want multiplayer and other sort of inconvenient things. And like I could maybe hack in multiplayer, but I would rather do it properly, right? Do it right. So here we are, just rewriting the thing for like the millionth time or something. Let's go! We're actually getting preview textures. It is not the most elegant solution, but it is a solution that works. Oh yeah, we have air. Maybe not. Maybe we don't do air. Uh, wait, actually, wait, what? Oh yeah, okay. So we do model +1. I mean, I would have said it doesn't need um it needs to be robust in the way that, people can't like hack your computer or cheat, but I could do that with the Godot built-in stuff. But it's like it's work to create multiplayer, and I don't really have experience with it, so it'd be a whole journey. And I have an idea in my head where I can solve a lot of issues by working on physics instead, right? So if I have deterministic physics, then I just do rollback and boom, 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 everything kind of just falls into place and works, right? That's the dream. Let's see. Yep, we get previews for all the blocks. Nice, grass lab, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna make the name a bit different so these are sorted correctly. Hey, that's nice. Yeah, but what I was about to do here was like, oh, I'm gonna like generate meshes that have just the block in them, and then like have a thing. I don't know. It was complicated, but then just use the voxel grid. Lol. That's the solution. And after all this, actually, I should do preview rendering. No queue free because we don't need it anymore. Let's see if we get any errors. We shouldn't. Yeah. It is no longer needed. It does its job, generates the textures, and then it fucks off. That's great. Oh yeah, I wanted to change the names of these textures. Not Randy. We're gonna do material and then model. A Oh, they're sorted neatly. Yeah, we have full block slab, stairs. This is a corner stair, but you can't see the piece missing here because it's all one color. Here you can kind of see it. but it is pretty similar to the block. Yeah. I probably need some shading here to, like, actually show this. It's like perfectly angled. 45 degrees. This is not really visible. But yeah. Nice. I have the preview images. That is really good. And if I change any of the models, any of the textures, or if I add more textures or models, then, you know, I get previews automatically. I just need to use these, basically. So, yep. I could have just a, dictionary. Oh yeah, I'll have to do create from image. And I actually want to assign this to be... Oh. I can do this. So the keys are going to be just an array of two things like this. How do I see this again? Hey, well, here we go. Do I have a deadline for this project? Nope. I do not. I'm just doing stuff because it's exciting. And I'm still like partly cannibalizing my old project. You know, build sprint unnumbered equals build sprint 1. And actually if I did the preview rendering like I did here, I would have had a way worse time. So I did come up with a new solution for this. So that's good. And I'm running out of easy things to do very quickly. So soon, at some point, I'm gonna have to do multiplayer. I might skip that for a while, just so I can like do single player stuff. And yeah. Actually, I should probably just take multiplayer head on and then not avoid it. You're most like me, but just more intelligent. Well, I don't know if I would say that. I just happen to have this project in a good state. And how would I say? Like, I've thought about this stuff for so long, right? And it's all coming together now. So, yep. Anyway, I'm gonna have to do some outside shore stuff soon, but I do have time to maybe plop these into these selector things. Actually, how do I want to do this? Let's decomplicate this and do this. I can't do it like this, actually. I want to use the Rust. Uh, when this when will this be available to the public? Let's think. I don't know. Part of me wants to think and say, "Oh, it's not like that much," but there is stuff here, right? Um, I don't. Okay, actually, you've sparked my curiosity on something. There was something for voxels at some point. Yeah, so there is this. Like there's a module for voxels, and I'm not sure like how how well it works, I guess. It should be pretty good. Um I guess the upside I have over that is that my code is in a GD extension, right? And if I did like release this, how would I say it? Like no sane developer should use a add-on where they don't have the source. Right. That's my kind of take on that. Like if I just release it as a binary and it gets popular, that there's something wrong with the world. And I don't want to do that. So if I release it, it's probably gonna be with source. And when would I release this? Mm, I don't know. That is indeed a good question. Because my main focus right now is this is just to make it work for me, right? And just have the thing work. Bada bing, bada boom. Make some single player games with it. Yeah, basically. I was trying to think like what are the upsides and downsides of releasing, right? Um, basically. That's what I'm thinking. And what I'm kind of thinking also is if I wanted to monetize this, right? I think one of the best ways would be to just have it open source and then be like, please give money. Instead of like selling it as a thing where you have to pay for access. I don't really like that model. But yeah. But I guess so there's some things I need to do. First of all, there's like a few technical issues that I need to fix before I release, just because I don't want to release the engine with those issues, like these in-scene phases and chunk rendering being single-threaded. There's stuff like that. So first fix those, but let's assume all those are fixed, right? So the engine kind of just works and it's in a like relatively good state. You know, some stuff like voxel lighting might be missing, but it's like in a relatively good state. Um, I guess I could release it. Well, I don't know. But how would that benefit me? Is kind of my question. Like, if I release this, how do I benefit? I guess I need to figure that out for myself. Because I am coding this for myself. You know, I'm not doing this for like bettering the world. And yeah, it would be a nice move to release this, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, nobody likes that model, but everyone needs bread and butter on the table to survive. Yeah. What do you mean by the fishnet model? I don't think I've heard about that. And I guess the biggest problem with selling Axis would be that the engine actually has to be good. Right? And in this state, it isn't. And I don't know, I feel like if I release it as open source at some point, or like if I release it for free, right? If I sell Axis, it's probably still gonna be with source code, right? If I release this as open source, then it's most likely going to be like it's hard to take that back. You know, you can, but it's like next thing. Anyway, let me. It should just be visible. I really like when I launch the game, it like scrolls these on the screen real fast because it's editing everything. I should probably make that a bit smaller. There we go. There's all the blocks. Wow. Wahoo. Yeah. Yeah, I do need to hop out basically now. But next time I'm probably gonna be making like the inventory system where, you know, you can pick blocks from here. I do probably want them to be sorted by the different way. Anyway, we have different like sorting modes here. Also, I don't know if you missed my question about what is the fishnet model. Oh, okay, you just okay. Let me read. Like how you just posted the response. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I got you. Mm-hmm. I think like the okay. So, do you want to guess what my like right now the end goal for monetization here is? Just throw a wild guess at what I'm planning on doing. I might have talked about this before. We can jump high. Well, okay. So my plan is to basically have the engine be completely private, right? I'm not gonna sell it at all, and then just make games with it, right? That's the idea. That is the current plan, and I think that plan will give me a pretty good engine, right? If the games don't sell, then at least I have a decent engine, I guess. But yeah, that's the plan. That is the reason I started making this. It's like I want to make games, but I don't like the tools. Make my own tool, right? Yeah, but you know, I could just like over time just improve, and someday I have a decent thing, like a thing that I can actually like sell private access to and be like, yo, this is a thing, right? And it's like it's not even to like individuals at that point. It's like if a company wants to make a game and it's like they look at the engine and like, oh, that actually would save us a lot of time. Then it's like, hey, give me money now. Yeah. But I don't know where this will go. For now, I don't have to really worry about that. I'm just gonna keep it private. I'm just gonna work on it. It's fun. You know, and if anyone like wants to copy the fucking code when I scroll through like this, then it's like, I guess it is still mine, in copyright, but I can't stop people from stealing, right? Practically, don't do it. Yeah, that's XD. Yeah, I'm not so paranoid that I would keep everything like hidden. Because I feel like the kind of person that would steal code through a fucking Twitch stream or video archives, they're gonna have a hard time adding to it. That's kind of my assumption. Yeah, I mean, I plan on making like some tutorial videos, like the stair stepping interpolation video. It's still like in progress, right? That's gonna be something that I wish that tutorial existed, right? So I'm gonna make it. And but it is also like in self-interest, right? Um like if I make that video and a video does well, there's two things. Like I spread information, which is good, but also I'm gonna plug my stream there, and that's like I also benefit from that, right? And, I do have some stuff that I do on my free time, which is like pure, basically, well, how would I say it? Like I take a look at fucking people's Rocket League replays, and like help them, right? And of course, I like improve my skills as like a coach, but I don't really get anything out of that, right? But coding stuff, very much like self-interest in mind. I feel like that's not a bad thing, though. Uh, anyway, that's a lot of talking, but interesting talk. I will amend this commit. Have this here, this here. Yep, this makes sense. This makes sense. I don't really have anything here. Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, so here's the thing. Let's imagine that I work on this like the next 2 years on and off, right? Which is probably gonna happen unless I abandon this for some reason. Uh, and individuals have some money, companies have big money, right? So a company comes by and they see, oh, nice, we can take this. Thank you, thank you. Um, and that's the end of that. Maybe they donate to me. But it's not the same as I'm selling it to them, right? I guess I could have a license where it's like, oh, if you're a company, then you have to pay, but that gets a bit messy, I guess. And even if I have like GPL3, um, license that people steal, right? And then you would have to go through lawsuits and whatever. Like, as soon as you have the source available, shit can happen. Yeah, no, I mean, but like, I would have to defend it in court, right? Or the companies are scared by the possibility of being sued, right? But I don't know. Small enough company, they're like, oh, they're not gonna notice. And I would also have to know that they even stole it, right? That's part of the problem. Like they fucking make some cash grab thing on mobile, like no name fucking thing. I'll never know. I probably won't care either, but it's like it's just a headache, right? But yeah. Well, the thing is, so I don't really want the people who just like want to use this, I guess. Like money, XD, please. But the people who just want to learn from this, like I want to just make videos that explain the kind of overall concepts and maybe like show the code as well. Um so yeah. I don't know. My opinions might also change. I had something in my mind to do, and I kind of completely forgot it. Oh yeah, I want to move this Atlas test texture somewhere else. I can close this and go here. I should go to the user data folder. Yep, we have that there. So it's no longer going to be here. I don't have to commit that either. Oh, I have to commit this. Yeah, that is true, but it's way more effort, right? It is way more effort. So that's the like the thing is, like they don't have a license for it, and they would have to copy it from the video feed. And at that point, congratulations. I still don't condone it, but at least they had to go through some effort to do it, I guess. Anyway. Fuck it, I'm just gonna like, okay, also, if anyone knows of a tool that allows me to like use some AI tool to generate commit names, please tell me. And if it integrates with the GitHub desktop, even better, right? This is the most annoying thing. The coding is fine. Naming commits, no. That's the nightmare. Um, but yeah. I'm gonna see who we're gonna raid. This is not a long stream like yesterday. I might hop on maybe later today. I've been a bit sick the past few days. Um, okay. Ba, 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 ba. Let's go here. Category, thank you. We'll see, we'll see. I like to do this thing where I type in Godot on the tags. Then we see who we have here. Oh wow, we have us here. Let's go. This seems interesting. Now I'm gonna steal the content. XD. Here we go. But yeah, shorter stream this time. Still got some stuff done. Good. Yeah. Have a good one. See you later. Wow. Please. All right.